Hi, my name is Pedro Duarte, and today I'm going to be doing my speech on the legalized drinking age should be lowered to 18 years old. Although the majority of the countries around the world have set their MLDA at 18 years, 16 years is considered the youngest drinking age. At least 8 countries and religions have set their MLDA at 16 years old. Although the legalized drinking age is 21, it should be dropped to 18 years old, considering that we are adults and we should be treated like them. In most countries, the legalized drinking age is 18 or younger. The topic we are going to address today is the other countries' rules when the ages are 18 or lower, illegal acts to get alcohol underage, and how we should be treated as adults, and also a counter argument. Other countries allow teens to consume alcohol. Teenagers in other countries are mature enough to buy and consume the substance. For some people, introducing to minors alcohol interferes with their normal expected activities, such as studies in the U.S. If being under 18 or 16, parents should be they should be given a legalized document or a permission slip whether they should allow their children to consume alcohol. In some countries, they do that. I'm pretty sure in London they do that. The US does overreact. On a closer observation, these countries have found that they have a lesser issue with underage drinking and alcohol abuse compared to the US. There's nothing wrong with it. Of many countries around the world, they do have the legalized drinking age very young, 16 or 18. In most cases, it is 18 in the European areas. It is common for parents and children around the world to have a glass of wine, but the American drinking culture has changed it because parents are strict and straightforward about when they want their kids to drink alcohol. Underage drinking is a constant issue in the US. Young kids have the ability to drink wine even at church. 50% of the US allows for underage drinking consumption as long as it's done for a religious purpose. For example, when kids in Catholic churches, when they go to church towards the end of Mass, the priest blesses the wine and it becomes the blood of Christ, but it's still wine. In 29 states, the US allows drinking as long as the kids are 18 years old, as long as it occurs on a private premise and it's under parental permission. That's 29 states out of 50. I mean, it's a pretty good progress. College drinking is a widely normalized thing throughout the US. The college experience is about drinking, no matter the age you are. It can't be stopped. As a college student myself, I've witnessed my friends drink underage. Whether they're 19 or 20 or even 18, I've seen my friends fall on the floor. I've also seen them be very responsible. It also depends on the person and if they're able to handle themselves under the influence. Even adults can't handle themselves. So, I mean, why not give teenagers, at least 18, the opportunity to prove themselves that they have the capability to handle themselves? They're pretty mature. They go through high school. They go through college. They go through many things that have proved to society that they are ready and mature enough. As an estimated 78% of teens in the US have consumed alcohol. If you let that sink in, that's 8 to 10 young people between the ages of 13 and 20. Many people have been able to put themselves in debt, sign their rights away and be in the military, but they can't take a sip of beer. At 18 years old, you're allowed to take out a $100,000 student loan, as well as join the military. Like I said, you can go to Afghanistan, commit a crime, and it's looked upon. brushed off your shoulder, but you can't take a sip of beer. If you can join the military, you should be able to take a sip of beer. We are old enough to vote. We are old enough to serve jury duty. We're old enough to make a will. We're old enough to get married. We're old enough to buy cigarettes. We're old enough to buy vape devices with nicotine in them. We're old enough to live on our own a property, go to war, have a job. We have endowed with all of these rights and freedoms that are available to adults in this country, but one is taken away from us, and that is the right to drink alcohol. Although this is just my opinion that the legalized drinking age should be 18, there is cons to it. It's not all pros, and I completely understand that. A significant increase were found in a lot of variables. Cutting class after drinking went from 9% to 12% in college. Missing class because of a hangover, 26 to 28%. Getting lower grades because of drinking, 5 to 7% increase. Been in a fight after drinking, 12 to 17% increase. Alcohol abuse has been a major issue among our youth in the world today. It has been deliberated as one of the most abused drugs by the youth among the globe. Many campus students are indulged in excessive drinking dispute after the fact that the drinking age is restricted to 21. Lowering the drinking age has become a notorious topic both in the United States for many years now. Although many can be against the fact that the legalized drinking age should be 18, it can bring many positive effects, but it can also bring many negative effects. It can help kids figure out the path whether they want to drink alcohol or not at a young age. It can help them in the long term, but it can also help them in the short term. It really depends on the person, whether they're responsible or not, as adults aren't responsible sometimes, but most adults are. It will bring down many illegal activities, such as illegal IDs at such young age of kids being fined or put in jail for the night for having access to a legal ID or having one in their possession. If being 18 is considered an adult, we should be able to do adult things instead of having fear to go to jail for a night for having a fake ID. When kids 21, let's say we're 20 and they're 21, they're having fun and they're barely a couple months older than us. Although the legalized drinking age is 21, I do strongly believe that it should be dropped down to 18. Sorry, I'm holding a water bottle. I believe it should be dropped down to 18 since we are adults. We should be treated as one, and we shouldn't be able to do all of these adult things except that one. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you have a wonderful night.